Welcome back to the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. I'm Inquisitor Temperance Price, keeper of the Inquisition's Black Library, and this is the third volume in a report on the Valentyne Heresy, an actual play podcast set in the Genesis adaptation of Warhammer 40,000's Dark Heresy RPG. This report features Game Master Tom McGee and players Ryan LaPlante as Inquisitor Lucius Valentyne, Tyler Hewitt as Attikus Viz, Laura Hamstra as Eli Sharp, and Della Borovic as Morgan Rawls. My report shows that the Inquisitorial band have taken over Bolonsong manor. Eli and Attikus searched through the hidden gun collection before hearing a mysterious ticking, while Valentyne and Morgan interrogated suspects and discovered the edges of a web of conspiracy. What will happen now that Attikus discovered the estate is haunted? Find out next in this episode of the Valentyne Heresy.
From the archives of the Lizardman Letter. There have been rumors, darlings, of certain things that go bump in the night here in our society, and it wouldn't be a proper old house place if there weren't all sorts of local legends. Perhaps you've heard of Headless Nick riding his horse through the streets of town late at night, searching eternally for his lost husband who has left him for a younger man. Perhaps you've heard of the Bog Witch, some kind of creature who lives just outside of town no matter which direction you go, who will snap you up if you wander off the beaten path. And there is, of course, the ghost of House Bolonsong, rolling around screaming for who knows what. Truly, life would be so boring if we didn't have our little ghosts, wouldn't it? Attikus and Eli, you are talking to Velma Van Bluff, the
heretic.
Sure. Everyone's a heretic in Eli's eyes. The sort of major domo of House Bolonsong, the general keeper of the house, and she's just told you that the rhythmic tapping you're hearing was the ghost of Bolonsong Manor.
Okay, but what's actually making it, though? I understand legends and all of that, but what is the physical cause of the ticking?
I mean, some of us, it's not quite a ticking, if you listen, it's not entirely, it's not mechanical or anything. It happens at little different intervals, and sometimes it stops altogether. It's very difficult to figure out what it is. And people have talked about it for a long time. It's been heard throughout.
For how long?
Oh, years and years and years and years and years. Long time.
And no one's ever found the source of the ticking.
No one's found it. We tend to talk a bit more as a tapping than a ticking, but, to each their own. But, over time, it just becomes easier to call it a ghost and move on. Besides, isn't it a nice idea to think that maybe someday one of us could come back? I mean, who knows? Maybe Lady Guinevere could come back.
As a tapping ghost.
I mean, hopefully she'd do something more interesting than tapping, but it's possible. I bet the Emperor could do it. He can do anything.
Eli would like to do another search through the house since he didn't actually get to do one.
Okay. Are you going to do that over setting up the shooting con? Because the invitations have gone out.
Damn it. I guess I'll have to do it later. Fuck. Fucking shooting.
You guys
hate
do
this.
kind of own the house now, so you can check it out.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not an immediate threat, I guess he won't look into it. But still, nah.
Yeah. Attikus on the microbeat will just say, false alarm. The major domo of the house says it's a ghost, well-known phenomenon.
So the wind is rattling something, or something's dripping in the pipe somewhere, or something. Seems to be innocuous.
Or, from my experience, someone is in the walls.
Or there's a warp incursion occurring.
The escalation.
Yeah, Attikus doesn't know these things. He's like, a what?
Let's focus on the most important thing, which is preparing for your meetings, my lord. That is, I believe, the priority that was laid out by you on the ride here.
Right, yes.
Yes, if you focus on that, perhaps we'll find time to look into this ghost later. Otherwise, as the executor of the will, we'll pass the ghost on to whoever receives this property next.
It was funny. Eli laughed.
Yeah.
No one is judging. I think we're all just waiting for the Lord to make a decision.
Yeah.
Some of us aren't of the status to be able to end a conversation.
We're all just waiting on the line.
And Attikus is like, very good. Yeah, carry on.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, having decided to boot the ghost down the field a bit, and or just let someone inherit them, and or maybe fight a warp incursion, Eli and Attikus, you have to turn your minds to the embarrassment of Kyros, who will be here shortly.
Yep.
So the rest of the rifles have been
Confiscated.
Confiscated. I was going to say taken into custody, like they're fucking like doing a perp walk of rifles out the door. But yes, so they've been confiscated. However, Velma is able to make the argument that the one you picked out is the like. It seems like you brought that one from home, and that's your hunting rifle. And there certainly is the gun range. So like sporting rifles are definitely a thing around these parts. But it was just the rest of the munitions were less kosher. What kind of situation do you want to set up? You've got your programmed servo skulls. You want to make Kyros look like an idiot, and you need to give Attikus some legitimate practice. So what are we looking at here?
I mean, first Eli has to inspect the rifle.
Yep. Yes,
that's one. So he's going to take it fully apart.
Yep.
Inspect every piece.
All right,
and then put it back together.
Tech use, please.
Yeah. Difficulty?
I'm gonna say 1. Okay. It's easy to take the gun apart.
Cool.
You do this a lot.
Yep. God damn it. 4 advantages, 1 failure. That was so in my favor.
That is bullshit. I'm looking at that.
Like, look at that bullshit.
That fucking sucks.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Marty?
Bullshit. Eli and these guns.
Bullshit.
It's just...
Eli's the master of arms, but for like big guns. Like if he had to take apart a big gun with a crane, he would do so.
No,
good.
it
This
is
like,
ship.
this is so fiddly. Fuck.
right.
I hate full gravity. I'm used to doing this at 0.8.
That's pretty funny.
Shit.
If I was running towards like a breach, I could do it no problem.
It's not enough stress and pressure.
Yeah.
First of all, I only use shotguns. And second of all, the target's only ever 8 meters away max.
This is strong. This computer is weird vibes.
Yeah.
It's either a shotgun or like a hole mounted
It's
laser
too late
beam.
for this roll, but did you also incorporate the boost
I
you
did
received?
not incorporate the boost.
Okay, so
Should I roll a single boost and add it?
I mean, sure.
I don't know. It might undo something.
Get you another advantage.
Another advantage.
okay.
Great.
5 advantage. 1 failure. God damn it. Fuck me.
Let's see what happens.
Well, I broke the gun, sir, but I learned a lot.
I can't fire a fucking rifle. I can't take it apart. He just breaks it in half. Like
I mean, kind of, yeah. So you take it apart, and well, we've just learned you have mechanical arms, so like maybe you've got bigger strength than you
we
thought.
learned that off air.
Yeah, well, now you've all
Look,
learned.
Eli has 2 bionic arms and a bionic leg, but it's not a big deal. He's had them forever. It's fine.
I'm not saying it's a big deal to him, but it might be to the universe. You take your gun apart, and Eli, your frustration comes from a life of military service and military grade weapons from the Imperium compared to like locally sourced Wish.com weapons. So you take it apart and like there's more pieces than there should be, and they don't fit, like they're not standard. Some of them have clearly been like hand tooled, and putting it back together is just literally like, you know, anytime someone's dad's like, I can fix that, and like takes apart a toaster and is like, I can't, what the hell's this thing? What's this piece? I don't remember taking this out. It's just like, it doesn't fit back together the way you thought.
I hate this gun. I hate this planet. He says under his breath, I hate this planet. I don't care about this elder. Let's just blow the whole thing up and be done with it. Do we really need this fucking information? Anyways.
You managed to get the gun back together, but it will not fire. So it's a good prop now.
Well, sir, the weapon's useless.
Well, I guess that'll be Kyros gone then.
Great. Tell him it's in perfect working condition.
Good. Oh, God, I can't remember. This is secret information, so I can't ask Captain Varn about her gun. Okay, well then, yeah, just as Lord, even though Attikus knows it's probably not going to be able to happen, but I figure he should ask it as a dipshit Lord. Right then, find me another one.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. So
Varn. Microbead.
Yes, has Voidstein arrived yet?
No, we need a gun, though.
What?
This one, I hate the guns on this planet are garbage.
You told me not to bring it up again, but it seems like the same thing that happened before is happening again.
Yes, the same thing. The rifles in this house are all stupid.
Hell yeah. They are stupid.
This was not my problem, and you're making it my problem, Clarence.
Yes, Varn, because as a rogue trader, you are so good at procuring things.
My list is very long today.
Point me in a direction then, and I'll go.
How broken is it?
The most broken.
So the Royal Guard took all of it. Do we know where the Royal Guard took all of this stuff? If they impounded it already?
They haven't left the property. They're loading it in the back of a...
It's dead Brandon's dropship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the same hole. It's just guns now.
That's good. The blood just makes them slide right in there. Just slide all the guns in.
How much time do we have?
How much time do we have?
Before what?
When we invited
Before Kuros gets here?
When we invited Kuros over for to chat, to select a time, or is it just
Toby's looking. Are there any people pulling up yet? What's we looking at here?
You can
Tom?
see the carriages coming in the distance from two different directions.
So they're here. That's as
They'll
good
be
as
here
here
soon.
Yeah, that's as good as here. Okay.
Fine, whatever. I'm all right. I'm gonna go see if it's even possible for me to steal out of these Royal Guards who have put a bunch of guns somewhere. Because what other option do I fucking have at this point?
I mean, just Valentine's brain in the distance that you can't hear goes, you could ask.
That's what my brain was saying too.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, ask who? Ask you?
No, the
The guards? Great.
No, you're robbing them. You have a plan.
All right. So I'm gonna need a stealth check.
This is the best.
Wait,
Right.
so are you getting one or am I? I haven't heard back.
Oh, I'm radio silent.
Varn.
Is there a problem, Clarence?
Yes, Varna's cut me off. I don't know if she's getting the gun or not.
Do you want me to do this right now or not? There is only so much time.
Yes, if you're doing it, yes. Very bad at communicating.
Over and out, Clarence. It was
right.
set up and I was waiting for the meeting. Whatever. Fine. Stealth check.
Difficulty fucking 4. There's a guard everywhere.
Great.
I'm gonna spend a story point, make one of those a red.
I hate this
You
so
have
much.
disadvantage from them being loaded into they've been
Then
loaded
I'm gonna
in.
take a story point
Yeah.
because I
Yep, understood.
try not to fuck this up, but I don't think well under pressure.
Yeah, you get a boost from Toby, I guess.
Oh, yeah, looking out.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Good luck and Godspeed, and may the Emperor have mercy on your soul.
Oh, come on, Morgan. 1 success, 4 advantages.
Wow.
All right, so you're able to slip a
Just want one fucking gun.
yeah, just like a probably a relatively easy to hide gun. So it's certainly not of the same caliber as the one that they previously got, but like just a sport shooting rifle. So it does have a bear like it. It's not like you stole a pistol and you're like, "Did you get high caliber rounds? Don't worry about it." But yeah, it's a munitions based rifle.
Yeah. And my thought is, even if they are super broken, we get to go back home between the next day's event. So maybe if we take 2 guns and we put them together, we can make a new Franken gun with. But in the meantime, whatever. So she's gonna just steal one and then come back around where by they're shooting. and just leave a gun by the shooting things, then go back to the place where she was planning on being for this meeting.
Clarence, do you have anything to say?
Thank you, Lady Varn.
You're welcome, Clarence. Don't let it happen again.
I won't. Or I might. I don't know. He starts to expect this gun.
All right, roll me attack use. I think we had you at difficulty.
It was difficulty 1.
1, yeah, same.
You've got a boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, because I used that boost.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
She
Oh
used it
boy,
for
yeah, you
1
did.
point of
You're right.
advantage.
Yep.
I have 4 advantages that I rolled.
Okay, you wanna give 2 boosts to.
Yes, don't break this gun, please.
All right.
You're on your own.
Can't fucking. I won't say that. Whatever. I'm just gonna roll. Okay, 1 success, 2 advantages. Jesus Christ.
I didn't like that initial fuck.
Well, because it was so few given my pool. Like.
So, Eli, this time the gun comes apart easily for you.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just simpler. There's just less going on in it, and you're able to take it apart, inspect it. There's no sabotage on it. It looks clean. It seems a bit quaint to you because it doesn't have any real stopping power. So, like, how are you gonna fucking kill a Tyranid with this thing? It's nonsense.
Yeah.
But you're able to put it back together.
Good. My lord, this one will work.
Thank you, Clarence. Now then, for our shooting drill, while we're chatting with Kuros here, how are we going to embarrass him?
Well, we have the bad gun. He'll probably bring his own, though.
That's true. Might be a fun prank to have him walk down range to adjust something and then aim at him with the non-functional gun.
That would be pretty funny.
Do we have any spare servo skulls for capturing video?
I know we had one. Oh no, that one got smashed.
What if we involved the one camera servo skull? There's the tape in it saying we're frauds. Let's bring that out.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I can wipe the data, I'm sure.
Eli's amazing.
That's why Valentyne puts things in fires.
If you want servo skulls, there are always servo skulls available.
There's got to be some in the house, right?
Yeah. Guinevere's got like a bunch, and she's not using them. So
Cool. Yes, I'll procure one of those.
all right.
Right, well, he copied me and took his shirt off for the race. Maybe we can get him to take his pants off.
Oh wait, hang on. If you aim a fake gun at him, he might just shoot you. So, funny if he doesn't have a weapon. Not so funny if he can shoot you back.
Right. Well, fair enough then. Maybe, what else can we do to fuck with him? The thing is, I can't, hurt the bastard because he's, noble and all that. Can't do the usual kind of hazing I'm used to.
Are there any, like fountains in this property or anything? Well, we could put some brush over the water and some fountains and get him to run in it, just splash around. I mean, that's pretty stupid, right? These people would think that's embarrassing. I don't know.
What, just get some fucking fail son wet? Come on, Clarence. I know you have a military background like me.
Yes.
What kind of hazing did you get up to,
I didn't engage in that behavior.
Oh, boy. Well, you did miss out. It was quite a good bit of bonding before everyone eventually died.
Well, I mean, I engaged in it, like 40 years ago when I was...
Well, share. What kind of ideas do you have from that?
Here's the thing. You don't get to where I got to by being good at that type of thing.
I see.
Two characters who've never broken a rule are trying to figure out how to do a prank and they can't do it.
I mean, here's the thing. Most of the war was imminent. We were always ready for battle. There wasn't a whole lot of time or opportunity to be engaging in anything that could, I don't know, put us on the back foot if attack were coming.
Well, all right then, let's stick to the first plan then, because I don't think I'm too worried about if he tries to shoot at me. It'll give me good cause to give him the kind of pranks I'm used to. The kind of roughhousing I'm accustomed to.
What are you accustomed to?
Oh, breaking bones, this and that.
That's a
light fun.
light fun.
Yeah, bonding games.
Things were different on my ship. We just bonded by drinking.
Well, all right.
And allowing some light smuggling to go on.
Well, we don't allow that here.
Honestly, it keeps up morale. We probably should.
All right, well, but in regards to, pranking and belittling and embarrassing Kuros, I am open to pitches here, Clarence. None? My idea, then?
I guess
all right,
so.
Sounds good.
All right, having come to a very rock-solid
Just give me
bulletproof
something
plan.
to shoot.
You can shoot Kuros, I guess, if you want. All right, so having put together your plan,
It's fine. It's all fun.
Kuros is his arrival is imminent, as is Sakatar Voidstains. Morgan, you mentioned that you kind of had you're preparing to meet him and greet him. What kind of setup do you have? Is this just a stand at the edge of the road and be like, hello?
I actually wanted to stand at the edge of the maze, but I guess facing the outside, not the front of the property, but the back of the property, because I'm just thinking maybe they will take people outside or take him out back. But I'm thinking just staying at the edge of the maze so that I can walk him into the maze, but then I can keep overhead Toby so I know where he is and where I am. So if something goes wrong, I could potentially lose him in this maze.
Right. Okay. Cool. And Valentyne, what did you have anything else you wanted to do before people arrive?
Valentyne needed to know where that dropship was going to land, because he's trying to estimate where and when. He's got the coordinates, but if Brandon's dumb, but theoretically not entirely crazy, if he knew where that dropship was going and how long it would take him to get there, he could figure out, because Valentyne's question is, can I wait to get the team together to go try to impersonate Brandon? Or is this oh, fuck, I have to find a uniform, message the Space Marine and be like, hey, man, meet me in the fucking woods, and then go to the woods.
Right. Okay. Can you then roll me a probably perception? This is, again, an investigation, which isn't a straight roll.
It's not a clear one. Perception makes sense. Okay, what's the difficulty?
Difficulty of how are you trying to? Maybe this is a better question. How are you trying to ascertain this information?
Putting it together from the general information that he has, talking to royal guards, and then just seeing how it all kind of maths out based on what he knows of this idiot and his general daily schedule.
Okay, in that case, I would take a leadership or a charm, unless you want to try and deceive or coerce the royal guard, because they can just straight up tell you where this thing is going if they think they should.
Yeah.
If you
could we do the deception but the honest version for Valentyne, which is this is for the case. He's not actually fucking around with this purpose, but it gives him an engagement role with people that isn't terrible because his leadership is dog shit and is. Or we could do coercion. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not inclined to change it based on your stats being shit.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But I would argue, or I would take.
I don't think he can lead them because he doesn't matter. So that would be where I'd be like,
but I would take coercion on that front, which is what you've been doing, which is the king sent me, and after the king, Forrest Pollard sent me, and after that, my lord sent me, and now I'm here. Who are you?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, what's my difficulty?
So given that it is coercion, I'm going to say difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
Eli, you rolled a bunch of advantage, I think.
2. I know 2 at least.
Okay. So do you want to assign a boost to?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. So Valentyne, you get a boost from that. And I think that's it from what I would make the argument for. Yeah.
Cool. Let's see what happens. Triumph, advantage, failure.
Genesis. Why you gotta do me dirty like that, Genesis?
I mean, I got a pitch for it, but it's up to you.
Give me the pitch.
He can figure out the exact time that this coordinate meeting is supposed to take place, but it means he has to move right now. He can't wait for the rest of the team.
I love that. That's great. Thank you. My brain literally, like you in 2 gears, there's just like missing a tooth. That roll came up and I was like, well, there's no gear there. That's
it was a weird combo, but I was like, oh, the triumph is, yes, I know, it'll be this exact minute. Advantages, I have access to a uniform right now. Failures, oh, fuck, I can't bring anyone with me. I gotta message this Space Marine.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. So that.
Great. So he is going to send like a communique off to Forrest Pollard being like, I have a meeting with the saboteur, supposed to meet their contacts in hideout. They will be assassinated. They're already dead. I'm going there in their place. I need cover right now or I'm going to get murdered. And then he's going to get in a cart.
Great.
Make his way there.
Holy shit.
So you take off and you pass Secretary Voidstain, who is arriving in a again, like a kind of rickety, like old, was once very nice, has clearly been repaired multiple times cart. So he pulls up and like has to put his own little like stairway down, which is like terribly awkward because it's meant to be done from the outside by a steward, but he doesn't have one. So he just like awkwardly puts it down. And then kind of like climbs down to the bottom of the stairs. And he's wearing a deep, almost like plum purple, like waistcoat and little jacket that doesn't quite fit him, but like he's trying to make it work. And he's got a little cane with him, like a walking stick. And he just says, announcing Secretary Voidstain. And he steps down off the stairs, and he's already sweating. Like this is wildly inappropriate for this weather. But he approaches, and I'd say Morgan, you're within earshot of this, but he approaches Velma, not seeing Lord Van Houten anywhere. So he approaches Velma von Bluff and says, pardon me, I'm looking for Lord Van Houten. I have an appointment with him to speak to him about some matters, and he accepted my card, and I was told to come here. Respects to you and your house in this difficult time. I was very sad to hear what happened to Lady Bolonsong. I was, of course, flying my ship at the time, but it sounds like it could have been any one of us, and that's very upsetting. And
Morgan would communicate to Attikus of, my Lord Van Houten, it seems that Voidstain has arrived, and if you would be so kind as to escort him to the maze in the back of the property, then I will take him off your hands.
Very good. Will do.
Great. So you come around the side of the house, and Voidstain kind of like brightens as much as he can at your presence. And he gives you like a nod amongst equals kind of nod, which honestly you haven't got a lot of since you arrived, because most of the society is like, no, we've been here for a bit. You're Van Houten, whatever. And he says, oh yes, my Lord Van Houten, thank you for agreeing to speak with me. I'm very concerned about the goings-on here, and of course what happened to Lady Guinevere. Are you willing to speak to me about such things?
Of course I would hear your concerns. Please, come, let us walk.
Wonderful, that would be very pleasant. Sir, you seem to win. And so as you start to walk towards the maze, you seem to have won the race rather handily. I didn't have a chance to congratulate you afterwards, but well done. That was a good showing.
Oh, thank you, sir. Very kind of you to say.
May I ask, how are you feeling about everything with Lady Guinevere dying and you now having to take care of this big estate?
Oh, terrible shame. I was most interested in the sport of true, honest competition. It's a shame that, fate or accidents or outside forces, it's all yet to be determined, but it's a shame that the celestial season has been tainted in such a terrible way.
And he nods, and he kind of gives you a weird look, and he says, yes, well, some might say that if you play in the mud, you're likely to get a bit dirty, and I suspect that may be what happened here. Lord Van Houten, can I trust you?
As much as you can trust anyone.
Can you roll me a?
I'm not lying.
Yeah, I think honestly, this is probably just charm or negotiation because it's just you straight up saying it. But we're trying to determine how much he thinks he can trust you.
They're both presents, and I have no ranks in them, so
hell yeah,
it don't matter, baby.
All right,
I am not a charming person.
Okay, give me difficulty 2.
Okay.
You get no boost from anything in particular.
Take my 1 boost from Morgan's rolls.
Oh, that's right.
I haven't rolled yet, so this is my first one after she passed him out.
Morgan rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. And I'll give you a boost because he reached out to you about this. So like he wants to believe.
There's some element of trust already, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Then I have my dice pool. Yeah, because I'm not wearing my intimidating armor. All right. It's a wash except for 1 advantage. That's all that came out.
Okay. He just kind of nods and seems to be considering his next words rather carefully, which is when you approach the maze and he sees Morgan. Morgan, is your plan to do a dramatic like turn? I didn't see you there, like because you're looking back towards the back of the property. He's coming from the front of the property.
Yeah, I think it is like I'm just chilling in this maze, and there's Toby watching his visual reaction to her kind of thing.
And he goes like white as a sheet, and he grasps your arm dramatically, Attikus, but he probably gets the metal arm, so he squeezes, but it's just metal. And he says, oh dear, Lord Van Houten, you are in great danger. We must away. Please, you must come with me immediately.
I lift the mechanical arm up out of his reach and around and behind his back to reassure and push and coerce and corral him towards the maze. And I say, worry not. You're in good hands.
Oh dear. And just kind of like holding like both hands on his cane, just kind of like as like heels dug in as you just push him towards Morgan. You deposit him there. I assume then you're just headed back.
Yeah. It was lovely to chat with you, Voidstein. Please, while away some time in the maze with the rogue trader here. I'm sure you have much to discuss.
Like his teeth are chattering, and his eyes are just purely locked on Morgan.
And I'm gone.
Lord Voidstein, I didn't get a chance to talk to you after our race, but it seemed like you wanted to say something to me. I couldn't make it out.
And his eyes just like wide, pupils dilated, just like stares at you in abject terror. Meanwhile, Eli, you've had a chance to get things ready. You've got your prank of go down range and shoot. You've got your little servo skills ready, and you receive word that Kyros is arriving. And unlike Voidstein arriving in like just like a carriage, Kyros is in a small ship that just kind of like buzzes the mansion and just does a full like Top Gun flyby.
What?
So it just like zips over top of it, and then just kind of comes back around. And it's, to be clear, like it's like a little hovercraft dropship.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
It's not like take cover.
No. It's literally like he drove his car near your shit. And then he kind of like settles at the landing pad. And like the Royal Guard are not amused by this shit. Like there's literally been a massive deadly crash the day before, and it's like fucking nonsense. So the ship lands, and he comes out just like patting his driver on the back and just kind of like stepping down, and he looks fresh compared to everyone else who's bummed. He's got his collar popped on like a long coat that's kind of blowing in the breeze. He's got sunglasses. He's chewing gum, which is not something you've seen on this planet at all, but just like open mouth chewing gum, striding down. He's looking good, looking fresh and bright for the day. And Velma Van Bluff kind of comes out to greet him, and he just like face palms her out of the way, and it's just like, yep, no, don't need some dead lady servant talking to me. Hey, Lord Van Houten, where you at?
Am I receiving all this?
He's literally just yelling it to around. So,
but am I hearing him? I'm over by the maze. I don't know.
Everyone is. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You've
right.
deposited.
Okay.
Eli will go kind of up to him. This is, and just say, "Wait, who is this? Kuros."
Yep.
This way, Lord Kuros.
All right. Hey, you work for the flying lady, right?
I do.
So why are you bringing me to the Lord Van Houten?
We have ties.
You guys got like you got an alliance
Houtens.
going on. Oh shit! All right. Interesting stuff. You see, it's always worth the trip. Okay, great. Well, yeah. Thanks for that. Let's go. And you lead him back around.
Yep.
Great. So he comes around the back and he just whistles as he sees the estate. And he's like, "Oh man, Gwen really did have good taste. This place is quite something." You're gonna, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like sell this place for parts? Do you have to give it to some cousin or some shit? What's going on? Also, hi. Thanks for taking my card.
You know how to shoot, Kuros?
And he says, yeah, of course I do. You know, well, hey, listen though, before we get into that, I thought it was kind of uncool that you wouldn't switch horses with me. You know, that kind of bummed me out because your horse looked fun.
Silence.
And
I'm just looking at him like he's not finished with his idea. So just let's go. Yeah.
Chewing open mouth, being like, it was disappointing.
Clarence, please advise the Royal Guards that Kuros and I will be engaging in some sport, practicing target practice for the hunt.
Indeed, sir. Clarence bows.
There's the sound of gunfire going off. There's no cause for alarm.
And he like pats himself down and he's like, I didn't bring a gun, so
we have one here for you.
Oh, there you go. So now you're learning to share. This is good. Spirit of sharing is important, I think, particularly in on these trying times, because he stares at Eli until Eli walks away, and then he turns back and he's like, I'm pretty sure that Gwen didn't just crash for no reason, right?
And why do you think that?
Because Gwen builds ships all day, every day. Hell, I've got a Bolonsong ship. Like you can, they were boring and a little, snooty, but they knew how to build ships. No, I got to tell you, I'm a little worried about, our dirty little secret friend, Voidstain. Look, I know you just got back, but like you've been told about that whole family, right?
I believe I've been briefed and heard some rumors.
Yeah. You just. There's some things you can't walk back. And if you fuck around with that kind of stuff, you shouldn't be let back in anywhere, right? Like, if someone poisons your drink, you don't just let them keep serving you drinks.
I see. Does that concern you?
Yeah, it concerns me. Look, you got this little guy. He's edging his way back in to territory. And I got to tell you, I've seen him following Gwen around. I know his people have been asking questions, and because his people install, the plumbing and everything, they get their little greasy heretical hands on everything. And I don't know. I think he's making a play. I think he needs it more than the rest of us, and that's concerning because it's a lot of competition yet to go, and I'm pretty sure that little fucker is out to win it for himself. In a not fun, I mean, you said sporting way. He's not going after a sporting way. He's going to do whatever it takes to get his family back on top.
I see. That is concerning. I assume coming here with that knowledge, you also come with solutions?
Well, I mean, you do have two guns, so maybe we could just go find him and shoot him. I'm kidding. But am I? And then he picks up the good rifle and says, "Hey, this one's pretty all right. This looks good. This looks good. So I'm shooting with this one or what?"
If you like, I was going to use this one here.
I just sabotage the other one.
Excuse me?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're being so particular about your guns, what did you do? Sabotage the other one? Is going to spray paint in my face or something, or blow up?
Are you being serious with me right now? That's quite the accusation.
Ah, come on, man. It's no big deal. Look, you shoot with that one first, I'll shoot with this one, and then we'll switch. Like we could have with horses.
Let's switch horses right now.
Okay, so you really want me to use that other gun?
I'm not making any kind of big deal about this, except you pointing out that there might be something wrong with one of the guns.
Yeah, okay, well, you shoot that one first, and if it works, then I'll shoot it. But if it blows up and kills you, because I mean, look, I'm pretty sure it's void stain, but also you kind of came in out of nowhere, and apparently you're working with a rogue trader. And my understanding is those are like elevated peasants with delusions of grandeur flying around space and doing all sorts of nonsense. So like, how do I know you're not trying to kill me?
Wow, that's quite the accusation, and I'm a little insulted. And I don't know if you realize, but here at the Bolonsong estate, you're on my property. And I reach out and I take his gun and I say, now I have 2 guns. Why don't you go down range there and set up the targets? I'll hold on to both of these.
And for the first time, Kyros realizes what's happening, and just a little bit of the smarm drops off. And he says, okay, all right. You make a good point there, Lord Van Houten. And, I am, after all, a gambling man, so sure. But, look, I just got this coat, so I'd really appreciate it if it didn't get any new holes, okay?
Take it off.
And he just kind of winks. And he says, all right, man's got a style. Drops the coat and then just turns on his heel and starts walking.
Those are nice trousers, Kyros.
Thank you.
Take them off.
And he turns around and he says, well, fair is fair. I mean, you took your shirt off, so I took my shirt off last time. I've taken off a coat and you're still wearing all your clothes. So if we want to play strip shooting, then, Van Houten's first.
Sure. Attikus has both guns in the large power-fisted hand. And one-handed. The belt is out of all the loops.
Yep. And honestly, Kyros applauds. He's like, this is good sport to him. This is exactly his level of nonsense.
Yeah.
He, however, though, is wearing like fancy society pants.
Yeah.
So he's got to like undo the belt. He's got to undo the garters. He's got like clips on his legs.
And this is where Attikus has the servo skull filming, but like from a POV. So like he is behind the servo skull. So it's only going to pick up his voice speaking, but no video footage of him.
Can you roll me a deception?
I love it. This is amazing.
Deception. Difficulty of, I'm going to say only 2 because of the nature of this setup. But that's a skull floating in front of you is a pretty obvious piece of business that Kyros would likely comment on.
That's true.
But he is also walking down range, and he's very clearly in like a frat house pissing match with you now.
Yeah.
So there's also a chance that he wouldn't notice because he's turned and is like confidently walking down range. So hence the roll.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe there was a stray advantage kicking around from.
I used that already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Do you want to use a story point?
Yeah. Attikus knows that Kyros, like if he's got to embarrass Kyros I feel like has the and Attikus feels that Kyros has the kind of loosest reputation to begin with. It's kind of like I mean you've referenced this all the time of like pie in the face for Lord Autumnbottom. Like he's no Lord Autumnbottom. Like it's gonna take a bit to embarrass this guy because of just how he's lived his life, and like he doesn't know what real stakes are. So yeah, I'm going to use a story point because Attikus knows that he's going to have to push this guy. Two advantages.
All right. So he sees the camera as he turns back and as he's dealing with like the multiple clasps and things. He says, hey, fair is fair. If you're recording this for funsies later, you got to get yourself in the frame too, or I'm leaving.
Oh, I thought we would shoot a bit of a campaign video, let the people of this world know why you're really competing in the celestial seasons. Because I know you don't care about any of this, right? That's the whole thing with you is you don't care.
But like I do like when things are balanced, and it seems like well, if we're playing a game with no pants, and he snaps his fingers and a servo skull floats over to him, and he says, so I'll just record back at you and you record over at me. And that way it's mutually assured destruction. You got to understand that. You got a giant crushy hand over there.
Yeah, I use the good gun to shoot the servo skull.
All right.
I love this so much.
Let's get a gunnery shot or gunnery. I guess ranged light from you.
Okay.
Let's see how good a shot you are.
Holy shit.
So range band of 3.
So that's difficulty 3?
Yeah. So 3 purple. And I'm going to give you a disadvantage because you are firing with the power fist because you have both guns in.
I can paint a clear picture of it. It's just pulling the good one with my regular hand out of the power fist to make a shot. Like, I don't think I could physically pull a trigger with the power fist.
It'd be very difficult. That's the disadvantage.
I mean, you can do it once because then the hand guard is in the turret.
Right. and then it's just...
Guys, don't worry. We've established Eli's very good at fixing guns. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So you pull it from your hand and then it's
that was
okay.
The mental picture I had. I didn't
still
going to
give you a disadvantage for doing the Ash with his boomstick style shooting.
Sure,
It's just hard because it's a rifle. But you also got big beefy arms, so it's not outside the realm. That's it.
I don't have any talents. I put all of my shit into being the power arm guy.
I love that.
So, I have nothing else to add.
Cool.
2 successes and an advantage.
Holy fuck.
The servo skull explodes, and as bits of it kind of shower down on Kuros, he smiles as like sparks and bits of bone kind of bounce off him. And he just says, I think I'm really starting to like you. And he whips off his belt and his pants drop and just butt-ass naked, because he's definitely not wearing underwear. He just turns and starts marching down range.
Wow.
I want, before he turns around, for him to see that I have now leveled the rifle that we know works at him and say, we know this one works, Kuros.
Yep. And he just turns and starts walking.
Now, I asked you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you in all this? Everyone knows you don't care about anything.
And as he sets the 2 skulls at range, he just kind of like turns back around to you, smiling, and says, oh, well, I mean, like, I do really fucking like to win. At which point a bullet punches through his back.
This episode of the Valentyne Heresy features the voices of players Brian LaPlante, Tyler Hewitt, Laura Hamstra, and Del Borovic, alongside Game Master Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and the Valentyne Heresy's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is The Hordes by Megan McDuffie, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Ave Imperator, and death to all the heretics.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Dio Vassis, Loki Burrito, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.